Good morning and welcome to the What's Up News Network, being broadcast from Panama City Beach, Florida, the home of the world's most beautiful beaches. I am Jim Free with Jim Free Realty. Please do me a favor this morning and look below the picture. You'll see a red subscribe button. Please click on that for me. Start off with the condo reports. We had 12 reports this morning. There were 11 new listings. This was a decrease in price on one of those listings. There are 560 active condo units. Gulf Front, there are only 290 units. This is the lowest number that I've seen in 15 years. We have approximately 11,000 condo units on the beach. And when we first started tracking these in 2005, we had 3,494 units available, and now we only have 290 Gulf Front units available. During the past 30 days, there have been 146 units sold. 84 of those were Gulf Front units. In the detached single-family area, there are 294 active units. 16 of those are Gulf Front units. In the past 30 days, there have been 120 detached single-family homes sold. 2 of those were Gulf Front units. In the attached single-family, there are 91 units available. 16 of those are Gulf Front, and in the past 30 days, there have been 44 of those units sold, and 1 was a Gulf Front unit. COVID-19 cases have increased drastically to 880 cases. 845 of those cases are Bay County residents. 35 are non-residents. We've had 5 deaths and we have 39 hospitalizations. The age distribution shows more new cases in the 25 to 34 age group. The median age in Bay County is 38. The median age in Florida is 39. Pediatric cases are still low, and the 85 plus age group is the lowest. The breakdown by gender is 401 males and 442 females. Breakdown by race is 542 whites, 109 black, 46 other, and 148 unknown. There continues to be long lines at the county's drive-through test centers. Most of the uptick in cases is due to the increase in testing. Actually, if you look at the CDC website under National Center for Health Statistics Mortality Surveillance Systems, you will find that the death rate average for the weeks 9 through 11 for the 4 previous years was an average total of 170,555 deaths. For weeks 9 through 11 this year, there were 153,015 deaths, or 17,540 fewer deaths this year than they were over the previous 4 years. Of course, it is possible that there will be an increase in death totals when the other months come in, but there is strong evidence that this will not be the case. As cases rise due to the testing, deaths have gone down all over the country. Could it be that the media won't give us the full picture because it doesn't match their narrative? Panama City Beach news. Police are still investigating an incident that took place the night of July the 4th near the Bidawee section of Panama City Beach that sent 2 people to the hospital and 4 others to jail. The Panama City Beach couple and their young daughter stated they were watching the fireworks on the beach when 4 or 5 young men in their 20s pulled alongside of them and started undressing. Vicky, one of the victims, said when she saw what they were doing, she asked them to step around the other side of the vehicle. They started cursing and insulting the couple, saying they would effing kill me and my white daughter, according to Vicky. The men began to attack her husband. She said the big guy that had been making all the threats and punched her in the eye and sent her flying through the air, and her daughter was screaming the whole time. Witnesses to the incident called 911 and helped track down the truck after the men fled the scene. Panama City Beach police arrested 4 of the suspects. They are identified as Murray Lewis Horton, 22. He's from Andalusia, Alabama. Marcus Antonio Jones, 22. He is from Dothan, Alabama. Tyshawn Jerome Jones, 21. He's from Enterprise, Alabama. And Taiwan Tier Sistrunk, 23, from Ozark, Alabama. All 4 were charged with battery. Panama City Beach Mayor Mark Shelton believes this is an isolated incident. He said that calls were down this 4th of July from the number of calls that they received the Memorial Day weekend. On the 4th, there was some spotty showers, but the fireworks shows went on as scheduled and were enjoyed by thousands of visitors and residents. From Tallahassee, Governor DeSantis appoints a new Condominium Ombudsman. Spencer Hennings will head the office of the Condominium Ombudsman, a state agency that serves as a neutral, informative, and accessible resource. This Spencer Hennings is an attorney from the Miami area, and as he takes office, he will try to improve the quality of life for Florida condominium owners through prompt and professional and courteous service as a neutral, informative, and accessible resource. Florida condo owners who have questions concerning their HOA or their rights can contact the state ombudsman by emailing ombudsman@myfloridalicense.com. You can also contact him by mail or by phone. The address is 2601 Blair Stone Road, Tallahassee, Florida, 32399, or phone number 850-922-7691. There's probably going to be a bed tax fight in the Supreme Court of Florida. The bed tax, or transient tax as it is officially known, is the question before the court will be, should companies like VRBO, Airbnb, and others be required to collect state and county transit or bed tax? The issue was brought before the appellate court in Florida, and the court has ruled that they are not required to do this. However, the tax collector, Ann Gannon from Palm Beach County, is likely to file an appeal to that decision to the Florida Supreme Court. There are a number of cases that indicate that she might be successful in this effort, since the VRBO and Airbnb have put themselves in the position of actually collecting the rents. Then the court may decide that they are responsible for paying the taxes for the owners. There are a lot of questions that I would like to see answers for. Like, why do doctors call what they do practice? Why is the man who invests your money called a broker? Why do we not see headlines that psychic wins the lottery? How does tornadoes always know where to find trailer parks? Why did Noah not swat both of those mosquitoes? And why do we call airports the terminal if they are such flying is so safe? And why do we call the descent into the airport the final approach? And then finally, why do we call the time of day when the traffic is the slowest, we call it the rush hour? These are questions that I've been unable to answer. Of course, I'm from Booger Holler, Georgia, and we don't think really fast there. But perhaps some of you can give me the answers to these, because it really bothers me. As we go to the national news, it's very depressing to look at what occurred on the 4th of July in some of these great cities that we have. At least 5 children ages 11 or younger across the country died in shootings over the 4th. Cities like Chicago, New York, Washington, and Atlanta had children that were shot. Perhaps the most disturbing one was in Atlanta. All of them, of course, are disturbing, and we have to find the answers to why this is happening. Why? And these are mostly black on black crimes. They're actually murders. In Atlanta, a young mother is believed to have made the wrong exit off the interstate and ended up at in front of the Wendy's restaurant, where they had a shooting incident involving an Atlanta policeman a few weeks ago that ended up having the Wendy's burned to the ground. And since that time, there have been armed black men that have seized that area and put up barricades. The lady, as she approached the barricades, apparently tried to do a U-turn, and when she did, several of the men there, some with automatic weapons, opened up on the car and ended up killing a small child. Her dad had some questions about why this is happening. Why, if people really care about black lives, and shouldn't these children's lives matter? And so far we haven't heard any outrage from the Black Lives Matter movement, as we often do when a policeman is involved. But these children all have lost their lives. They're precious. They're God's creation. And we should all be very disturbed about what's going on in our country. There are people that are seeking the truth, and the truth has eluded a lot of them. It's been my experience that we have a vacuum in our lives, and that vacuum will be filled either by having God in your life or having Satan in your life. And I'm afraid so many people have selected Satan to be in their lives. Anyone that could kill a small child like this certainly is evil. We will choose one or the other, and there is only 2 races. We're all of one blood. There's no difference between blacks, whites, Asians, Hispanics. We're all of one blood. God chose to put us in different bodies, but there's only 2 races. There's godly and ungodly. And there are ungodly people that are all colors. There are white ungodly people, there are black ungodly people, there are Hispanic ungodly people, there are Asian ungodly people. There are also all colors and godly people. They're white, they're black, they're Asian, they're yellow, they're red. They're all different colors that God has created, but we are all equal. And especially under our laws in this country, we are equal. We might find the answer by looking at some of Billy Graham's quotes. At the end of his life, Buddha said, "I'm still searching for the truth." This statement could be made by countless thousands of scientists, philosophers, and religious leaders throughout all history. However, Jesus Christ made the astounding claim. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." That's in John 14:6. Christ is the embodiment of all truth. The only answer to man's search is found in him. If we look at all these people that are demonstrating for something, likely is they're searching for truth. They're searching for something that will make them feel good, make them feel happy. Unfortunately, if they don't have Christ in their life, if all their demands were met, they would still be unhappy. So the truth is there for all of us to find, and we need to fill that vacuum that we have in our lives with Jesus Christ. Thank you so much for giving me part of your time today, and may God continue to bless you in this great country. Thank you.